Hi, Roy.
Hi, Lacey.
Oh, you seem a bit down, darling. But this might cheer you up. You know how everyone's talking about PewDiePie and the whole Nazi thing?
Yeah.
Well, it seems like the in thing to do at the moment. I thought maybe we could make a video about it.
I've just watched a video from a very bizarre YouTuber.
Oh, is it your boy, Abraxas?
No.
Oh.
This one has even more strange views.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he thinks it's okay to fuck children. And his whole channel is about advocating for paedophilia.
Let's make a video on him then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, it's your boy New Haircut here.
Father Lacey.
Today's video might not be the most hilarious video we've ever done.
But you know, it's about paedophilia and
I just don't know how to make paedophilia funny. It's beyond my grasp, Lacey. So we do apologise in advance for the lack of humour in this video. Most of the time when we make a video on a YouTuber, we don't hate them, they just kind of annoy us. I think it's safe to say that we fucking hate this one though.
he's fucking insane.
He's a disgusting, evil prick.
So, said user goes by the username omnipolitics16.
Yeah, so this first video we're going to look at is basically him saying, yeah, it's kids can give you consent to have sex, and that's just fine. So let that sink in for a second. Shall we fucking ruin him, Lacey?
Yes.
Oh, well, children can't consent to sex, so that means we should outlaw sex for all of them.
That's definitely how you start a video when you're talking about such a controversial subject.
It's kind of scary, like, how sarcastic he is with such a horrible thing. Like, it's nothing to him. That's fucking terrifying.
So, the argument's going around that children can't consent to sex, which basically means they're retarded.
What? Like, how can someone consent to sex if their brain's not properly developed yet? I mean, it's like, it's such an obvious fucking thing. It's not, the argument's going round like it's debatable.
Yeah, you know, the kind of arguments that go around is like, what's better, Tangled or Frozen? Not, can children consent to sex?
Lacey, I heard a good argument the other day. The argument's been going round that it's not a great thing to murder people.
People use this as an argument to why pedophilia is wrong. Even though sex can be enjoyable, even if they can't consent. But children can consent. The process of consent is not really hard to understand. The process is not. Either you say yes or no to a bond-strengthening activity. The problem I have is with these people that are like, it's more complicated than that.
Just because a kid is capable of saying yes, that doesn't mean that they're capable of giving you consent to fuck them. Like, you can take advantage of a kid. You can make them say anything because they look up to adults and they think you know everything. You could fucking abuse that power terribly.
And even if you did sit said child down and you carefully explained the act of sex and what was about to happen with them, their minds aren't ready for that. And their bodies certainly aren't ready for it.
Sex is not complicated. It's a bond-strengthening activity.
Well, I guess when you put it like that, Lacey, sex is simply a bond-strengthening activity. That's all it is.
Of course.
So, like, you know, when you want a sports team to have a lot of chemistry and stuff, the manager or the coach should just make them all have sex.
Doesn't matter you got married yesterday or anything, just go on.
God, fuck each other, I want to see an orgy. It's just a bond-strengthening activity, guys. There's nothing weird about it, you know. That's all it is. Let's have sex, Lacey.
But we've been invaded by members of the militant paedophile organisation Millit P. You've broken in here demanding to have your say on live television.
Well,
tell us what you believe.
I believe that intergenerational sex is appropriate within loving
Sex with children?
relation. Yes.
It's not bad at all. You can consent if you know what you're doing.
But they don't know what they're doing, you fucking scumbag.
If you want to participate in a fun, pleasurable activity with your loved one, and you want to strengthen your bond or your relationship, go have sex.
You're fucking talking about it like it's having a picnic with someone. Fucking someone is not a bond strengthening activity. It's fucking someone. Kids aren't ready for that, and even if they think that's what they want, it's not. You're gonna fucking ruin them for life. They're gonna grow up to be fucking psychopaths.
That's if they don't die of internal bleeding.
Oh man.
People will pounce on porn made by newly 18-year-olds because that is the closest they could get to legally watching child porn.
Well, this is the face of a paedophile. You should be having a go at this guy, because he's fucked.
Consent is a big matter on the subject. Oh, yeah, consent is a big matter on the subject to you big governments, huh? Yeah, consent is such a big aspect to a healthy relationship.
What the fuck are you on about, you maniac? Like, he sarcastically says, like, oh yeah, consent's important to a loving relationship.
Well, I'm pretty sure if there's no consent, it's just rape.
Yeah, it's like, honey, we've got a real healthy relationship built off of rapes. We constantly rape each other and we're fucking loving it.
Yeah.
And the weird thing is, that made me think of like an adult relationship, because that's instantly where you go. This guy's talking about this with kids, which is 100 times more dark and twisted.
That's my son Johnny, all right? Have a look at him. Now, are you prepared to tell me you want to have sex with my son?
No.
You're ashamed, aren't you?
No, I'm not ashamed.
All right, then tell me you want to have sex with my son.
I don't.
Why not?
I don't fancy him.
Because basically, in places like Texas, you can basically have sex with an animal without any repercussions. And animals cannot even fucking consent!
Okay, yes, animals. You see, the thing is, the people who fuck animals are kind of like the people who fuck kids. They're fucked.
Only the people that fuck kids are definitely worse. They're definitely worse.
So you can have sex with an animal in a few places, but you cannot have sex with children in any places because of the consent issue. Are you serious? Sex is a bond-strengthening activity. You're basically putting children on this lower pedestal than animals, saying that animals can consent, but children can't.
No, we're not putting children lower than animals. We're protecting them more than animals from fucks like you. Because we care more about kids than we do animals. What? How does he not understand that? Like,
I think he's just trying to find a reason
it's bewildering.
for him to fuck kids.
You go start fucking animals and go fuck the bewilder beast because you're bewildering me.
What do they mean by protect? I don't understand. Oh, I understand why the law likes to use consent as a matter of why pedophilia is wrong. Because you know very damn well that people do not give one single shit about an animal.
Okay, your video is already hard enough to sit through, but could you please stop comparing animals and children? They're not the same fucking thing.
You're saying like, oh, animals, we let animals like say they can give consent, but a kid can't give consent and they speak English? What the fuck? And the thing is, right, if you fuck a dog, like, it's not gonna psychologically ruin the dog. If you fuck a kid, you might destroy that kid's entire life. You might fuck his head up forever.
You probably will.
They're very different. There's no point in comparing this fucked up shit.
I do not get this logic. I really don't. I don't get it. You can basically have sex with an animal because an animal can somehow consent, but a child can't. I can see why they like to make this argument, because the law does not want to stop meat production.
You know what I find confusing, darling?
What?
When he's trying to explain why it's okay to have sex with children, and now he's banging on about meat.
Yeah, I mean, his whole fucking argument, for the most part, seems to pivot around, well, you can fuck animals legally in Texas, right? But That means then, therefore, that we're saying, yes, animals can give consent, and then how can we say that children can't give consent if animals can give consent? Nobody's saying that animals can give consent to be fucked or butchered. They can't. Shut the fuck up.
In conclusion, a child can consent to sex. Consent does not matter on the age of the individual in most cases. To simple situations, it counts on the knowledge of the individual.
Okay, so it doesn't matter on the age, right? The age. See, thing is, we wanted to do this video on you about the one you just took down, where you said why paedophilia isn't wrong. And in that video, you admitted you're a paedophile, big fucking shocker, and you said that the girls you like are from 3 to about 12. What, you think a 3-year-old is ready?
I mean, I like what he said there, because he's fucking undermined everything he's been talking about. He's like, it doesn't count on the age,
surprise.
It counts on the knowledge of the individual. How much knowledge can a 3-year-old have?
They can barely fucking talk.
You expect a 3-year-old to know that it wants to have sex with you? Blah?
I just don't. I don't find him attractive, I'm sorry.
Good. Actually, you're prepared to tell the father of a 6-year-old that you want to have sex with him on live television.
I didn't.
Yeah, effectively, you did. You did. He did. Swan Cheetah. He did, didn't he?
Usually, we'd have a hilarious cutaway sketch.
Try and give you some smiles and stuff, you know.
But like I said before, we couldn't really think of a way to make paedophilia funny and turn it into a skit. So instead, we've decided to opt for stabbing a printout of his face multiple times. Will that do? I hope you're okay with that. So we just wanted to briefly touch on some of the points you made in your Why Paedophilia Isn't Wrong video. The first one being that being a paedophile is perfectly natural. You don't choose to be a paedophile, you just are one. So it's not wrong. Well, to that I'd say, whether you believe it's a natural thing or, you know, or not, it's fucking irrelevant. Let's just assume that it is natural, right? That doesn't make it not wrong or a good thing. It's still fucked. Humans murder each other all the time. That's a natural behaviour, and we don't consider that to be good.
If you are, say, born a paedophile or something happened in your life that turned you into one, you're still the adult, and they're still the immature child, and you should know better.
So he makes it very clear that he's not a child molester, he's just a paedophile. But then he makes this point, which I find rather incriminating. So you're saying like, oh, people are like, it's bad to be a paedophile because you might, you know, impregnate a child. And he counters this by saying, haha, idiots, no, paedophilia is an interest in prepubescent children, and prepubescent children can't possibly get pregnant. So that says to me that you are very much interested in fucking him and probably will do. Otherwise, it's a non-point. You didn't need to say that because you're not a child molester, right? You're just a paedophile.
I mean, do you ever really stop and just think about what you're actually saying? May I rant for a moment, darling?
Please do.
I have two things I really can't understand about you. One would be morality. You try and justify sleeping with children through these pathetically weak technicalities, when everybody else would go, this is a little creature with a soul, an entire life ahead of it. But you don't really seem to care.
Yeah, he comes across as horribly cold and emotionless when speaking about such a fucking heinous topic.
Most people, you know, they don't sleep with children because they're worried about getting in trouble with the police. Most people wouldn't sleep with kids because they just know it's fucking awful. And the second point, you showed your face. No avatar. You're talking in videos that you want to have sex with 3-year-old children. And you showed your face.
He's either the bravest person in the world or one of the most retarded.
Definitely the latter.
But I want to throw something at you. I hope you get to see this video. Delete your channel. Delete your fucking channel. I don't know if you've considered this, but a lot of YouTubers are kind of getting wind of you and then all making videos on you. You're getting spread around the internet. Someone, at some point, is definitely going to find you and beat the fuck out of you. I wouldn't lose any sleep over that. But if you delete your channel, maybe you've got a chance of avoiding that. It may already be too late. You fucking awful, evil, despicable cunt! Okay, I apologise if this video came across as quite rambly. We didn't watch the consent video beforehand. Like, we couldn't really bear to sit there and go through his entire fucking video and write about it. So we decided to just watch it as we were recording and just kind of speak from the heart.
We just wanted it to be a little bit more genuine because...
Yeah, so we're working on a big video on feminism. It should be pretty good. That'll be out in about a week's time.
Yes, and our Q&A's video, we're going to be doing that very, very soon, either this week or it'll be up the week after. Thank you for all the questions, by the way.
And also, them people that kind of sound like us and do that podcast, they've released another episode. If you want to go and check that out, the link will be in the description. We'll try and be funnier next week.
Sorry.
We apologise. So, if you have watched this video and you did not hit that like button, that means you're pro-paedophile. I'm not a paedophile. Are you? Bye!